Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as all the links to my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Now with that said and done and put to the side, I'm going to talk to you folks today about Duane Brown. We talked a little bit about it in the last video, but Duane Brown has been put on IR. He's been put on short-term IR. And man, does this suck. Let's go ahead and get into it. Listen, Duane Brown, again, he's a 37-year-old left tackle that we got after, Becton went down. And we signed him to a 2-year, $22 million deal. And everybody was like, man, we were excited. We were ready to go. We said, okay, Becton, went down. It sucks, but, we can go forward here. He'd be able to hold the fort at least this season. He's been, he's missed very little games due to injury, in this last couple years. So we're good to go. Well, he gets a shoulder injury. Recently, he missed about 2 practices. He kind of sat down. And then things started swirling, like, hey, something's going on with him. It could be serious. Well, they evaluated and said, hey, he's going to be out against the Ravens. I talked about that in my game preview. I was like, oh, my goodness, this guy is he's going to miss week 1. Now we have to, shuffle our offensive line. That's going to suck. Well, I also talked about the possibility of IR, right? Because that was being reported a lot. They didn't know if it was short term. A lot of people were talking long term. There was a lot of stuff going on with the IR possibility. Well, comes out today that Duane Brown is going to be on short-term IR, and the earliest that he's going to be able to come back is week 5. Week 5 is the earliest he's going to be able to come back. Now, per his evaluations, and again, this is all reports that are swirling, throughout the evaluation, there was a lot of things talked about with Duane about how to deal with the shoulder injury that he has. There was surgery, there was all kind of other things, but he opted to go the rehab route. So he's going to rehab it out and try to come back week 5. So that's what he's going to do. Man, this really, it sucks. It really sucks because it changes some of the things we're going to have to do. Again, especially with us coming off of losing Mekhi Becton, who we missed, pretty much all of last season outside of like a first couple snaps from the Panthers game. He goes down with the a dislocated kneecap and all this other stuff, and then he tries to come back this year, and there was a lot of brouhaha surrounding that, but he ended up with a fracture in his kneecap as well, and then that sat him down for this year, and then we were bringing Duane in, and we were hoping that we would, really be good to go for the full season. Everything was going to be fine because, again, he's a guy that's, very healthy. He hasn't missed a lot of games in the last, couple years, so... And, here we are, we're going to be missing him until week 5. So it's like, oh, man, this sucks. Now, of course, the New York Jets have made some moves. George Fant, again, is going to be at left tackle, which is his, position that he thrived at, especially last season. He was moved to right tackle when we got Duane Brown because Duane Brown is a left tackle. So, with George Fant getting back to left tackle, we're going to put Max Mitchell at right tackle. Now, keep in mind, some of our backups, like Connor McDermott, still dealing with an ankle injury. We did elevate Grant Hermans from the practice squad, so he's been elevated, to the roster here. So it's going to be crazy. And I look at this New York Jets offensive line now. Again, it's shuffling some more, and I'm just a bit worried about protection going into this game against the Ravens. And I know that there's a lot of Jets fans that want to discount the Ravens. I get it. You know what I'm saying? We're excited about the season. But I don't take anything lightly when it comes to franchises, especially franchises like that, right? That are constantly in the hunt, that are constantly pushing, that are always strong, that are well coached, and they have guys that can get after it. Like I said, I spoke about Calais Campbell. This is a veteran guy that's been in this league a long time, that knows how to handle business out there on the football field. He's got a lot of moves. He can still get up and go. He still has, that switch that he can pull where he can be a factor within a game, especially up front, putting pressure on your quarterback. They also have Justin Houston too. So they've got some guys, some grown men over there that can get after the passer. And if we don't properly protect Joe Flacco, who honestly is a statue back there, right? He's not a mobile quarterback. He's not a guy you want running around. He's not a guy you want getting banged around, getting flustered. You don't want that when you have Joe Flacco as your starter. And so, protection is paramount, especially with him back there. So when you look at the situation, you're moving Fant back to left tackle. I'm pretty secure in that. Again, the future with Fant, we'll figure out what's going on with that as things continue on. But I'm feeling good about Fant being there at left tackle. Max Mitchell there at right tackle, I think is a bit of a question mark now. Again, he's a rookie. We just drafted this guy. When we took him, we thought, hey, we're going to have time to kind of sit this guy. He has traits where he could be solid in this league as an offensive lineman, but he's raw. He's got some strength issues. There's some technique issues with him, but we'll have time and we'll work him out. Well, now his time is now. You know what I mean? So he's got to get out there and get on the field. And I think that's where a bit more of my concerns are coming from as far as protection. Now, there's some things that can be done, okay, schematically, with the offensive game plan that I think Mike LaFleur is going to do. I think that Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzomah are going to be utilized in this game. That's one of the things where I'm looking at, I'm saying, okay, the upgrade to the tight end position greatly benefits us, as I spoke about my game preview as well, because let me tell you, these guys can block, so utilizing them as blockers, and not only blockers, but also being able to utilize them to chip defensive ends and then go out for passes because they're passing threats as well. My goodness, what a great move, getting those two tight ends in were, for JD. And not only just getting in Uzomah and Conklin, but we also got Jeremy Ruckert too, who's a young guy that we've seen be able to do some things out there. He's one of the better, blockers that came out in the drafted tight end. So I'm feeling all right. Again, I wasn't panicking about the stuff then, especially before Duane Brown went on IR. But I'm feeling like there's some things we can actually do to hold the fort. And I'm excited again because Mike LaFleur has shown us that he can make adjustments. So we're going to see year 2. Can he continue to do that? Can he continue to handle business out there where guys are going down? Can you, pull from your bag of tricks and make things still go out there offensively? So that's going to be big. And I also think another big thing as well is the running game. We must get it done on the ground. We must get it done on the ground. If we can push these guys around in the trenches, especially the interior of our offensive line with Lakeland Thomason, Connor McGovern, and Elijah Vera-Tucker, that will go a long way as well. It takes the less pressure off rushing the passer, short third down, stuff like that, getting that yardage so it's 3rd and 2 and not 3rd and 8 where, the Ravens are going to be able to pin their ears back on us. So Duane Brown going to short-term IR again, short-term IR, going to be out to week 5. It sucks, but we have some talent where I think we'll be able to hold the fort and get things rolling. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about this situation? What are your thoughts on Duane Brown going on IR? How do you think we'll be able to recover from this? What are your thoughts on the offensive line shuffling, tackle again? And how do you feel about the offensive game plan going into this game against the Ravens? Do you think we'll be able to survive? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.